So good evening everyone. Welcome back in another weekly market outlook. I hope you are good and enjoying your weekend, doing well and preparing yourself for the next week. As you guys know that we were having a crash last week. Yeah, we are having crash since last 2 weeks market. Everything is just dropping, right? So except dollar, dollar is strong. Except dollar, everything is just going down. So investors feeling that we are going to see crisis, okay, and they are preferring to hold cash and trying to sell everything and trying to liquidate their assets, right? So hopefully we're gonna see stability in coming weeks, and the the sell aggressive sells which we have seen across the board, hopefully market's gonna stabilize and we're gonna see again plenty of opportunities. All right, so you all know that why this is happening, why we are having aggressive sells everywhere, or why market is crashing, because world, you can see that world has stopped functioning. All right, countries are closing their borders, closing airlines, shutting down their airports, and trade is being affected, supply is being affected, also demand is being affected. Yeah, countries are shutting down their cities, so all these things are affecting on the the markets. All right, so once we're gonna see stability in the world, yeah, then also we're gonna see stability into the financial markets. All right, and there are going to be plenty of opportunities. So this crash, the crash which we have seen last week, that crash is forming a plenty of opportunities across the board. Some of them for short term, some of them for medium term, and some of them for longer term. All right, so for every kind of traders or every kind of investors, all right, whatever your trading behavior is, market is forming plenty of opportunities everywhere. So currently, people are preferring to hold cash rather than investing their cash in in the market. All right, so they are moving towards cash rather than investing. So waiting for this mess which we are having in the world to finish, and then they're gonna stop investing, and hopefully we're gonna have another good year. Yeah, 2020 similar like 2019. Yeah, market gonna form new high in 2020. So let's move on to the website. First, techtradingacademy.com. If anyone want to join us looking for membership, just simply go to the techtradingacademy.com. There are membership levels. All right, so check the membership levels, and one is a group membership where you're going to have access to the trade setups and discussions which we are having, and also you're going to have access to the daily meetings and setups. All right, and if you're looking for personal training, just you can choose one-on-one training. All right, and you can join that. So if you're looking for further information, just fill that form, all right, and send that form to me for further information. Yeah, so we'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. So if you're looking for social sites where you can follow me for ideas, updates, and views, just simply go to my trading view profile, or just check the signatures, the description box on YouTube under the weekly market outlook. You're gonna get all those links from there. So check the signature box. Right, so all links are there. Okay, so you can see links are there. You can follow me on those links for ideas for updates. So website where you can join for membership, YouTube where you can watch our weekly market outlooks, Twitter where you can follow me for ideas, updates, for setups, and weekly market outlook links. Yeah, so Facebook same, Slack, this is a paid group, paid members platform, and Telegram where you can follow me for ideas and updates as well. So let's move on to the setups for this week. So the opportunity which you watch closely for next couple of weeks or months, right, is the silver. So silver, as said, there is, crisis in the world at the moment, which is driving, prices lower. So it's not the stock market which is just, dropping aggressively to the downside. Yeah, so we are having similar scenario across the market. Oil cheap, right? So silver cheap, gold still strong, but has lost significantly last week, almost $200 lost, all right? So gold and all these things are forming very good opportunities, all right? So silver also went lower. Metals, platinum went lower, forming new low. Palladium went aggressively lower. As said, world stuck, all right? World is not functioning, so there is no demand for these metals, okay? And as said, they are forming very nice opportunity for longer term. So stronger sell is there on this silver. It is still bearish very, very aggressively to the downside, as you guys can see over there. So let's look at this previous chart first, okay? What we were expecting it to do. All right, so we were expecting it to go down for one more drop from that top. Okay, so go back into its cable, right? So it's back at the bottom. All right, so this wave is completed. Now the opportunity is this. Okay, so this can take some time to go there because the move is aggressive. So if we are going to see aggressive rise next week during the Fed rate decision, okay, so you're gonna be lucky. All right, quick reversal. All right, but the move is pretty sharp. Price can stay there like that. That's the point which you need to focus on before you're gonna invest on the silver for short term to longer term. All right, so the trade we are expecting is similar kind of opportunity. Okay, that's the old chart. All right, and we had that wave. So this time, if prices are going to get worse, as said, all right, there is possibility. Odds are jumping for recession for next 12 months. All right, so odds are jumping. We are having almost 55 to 60% chances that we're gonna have recession in next 12 months. If so, then we may see something like that, like that kind of wave. All right, on the silver can go up to previous high, or we may see new high. All right, we may see new high on silver if we are going to see recession similar like we have seen in 2008. Okay, so silver exactly did similar way in 2008. All right, on 2007 crisis. Okay, it went aggressively higher when we have seen intervention from the central banks. It went lower, and then when money came into the market, free money came into the market, then we have seen very, very aggressive move on the silver. So similar kind of move we may see. So this is going to be a best opportunity. Okay, so this is going to be a best opportunity to watch on the silver. Okay, so let's go to the lower time frame. It is still bearish. All right, so still bearish. The ideal price to watch silver gonna be the 13.95 or 14 areas. All right, for the next week. So it is still bearish. Price still can push lower slightly before going to reverse aggressively for upside. So you guys are watching $14 closely for next couple of weeks. All right, so there are gonna be plenty of short-term opportunities. All right, so if I'm gonna go to the previous charts on 4-hour time frame, which we had there. Because you're going to get the idea. So we were buying silver over there. These are the charts. Okay, so let's see if silver is going break below 1390 or going to visit 1350 or $13 areas. Yeah, so it's going to be a perfect opportunity to go to hold some silver for longer term. All right, as you guys know that the cost is above 14. All right, above 15. Yes, some producing silver above 15, some producing silver, mining silver, as a byproduct, and costing them $9, $10. It vary from firm to firm or company to company. Okay, so buy was there on lower time frame. Okay, so we have seen a stronger rise after that on silver after that. Yeah, so the updated chart was somewhere there. Let me check if I do have that and another. Okay, so there we had all these charts. So short-term setups were also there. So hopefully you guys remember these old chart. So similar way, okay. So similar way, first of all, watch it where the bottom is, okay, where the bottom is. So once price gonna form a bottom over there, then accumulate for more upside. So there is a room. Price still can push lower up to 13.90 or $14. So it's a best opportunity to watch for next couple of months. All right. So good luck, and hopefully you have seen the chart on my trading view profile. Okay, that's the chart to follow. Okay, so don't miss that opportunity again. If you missed the opportunity last time, okay, don't miss this buy opportunity. Yeah, similar title was there at that time. That was a big chart. Some traders, they lose their patience. All right, they lose their patience, so they give up. They lose their patience and they give up. All right, so when they lose their patience and when they give up, then market move. Okay, so it went higher last time. So good luck, and this is going to be best opportunity to follow through for next couple of weeks. Okay, so silver, and now let's move on to the oil. Oil also going to be a best opportunity to watch. No, all right. So it is very less likely. Okay, when labor prices go higher and the other cost goes higher, then how you can expect that the person who is being paid $10 an hour, next time he gonna work for you $5 an hour, all right? So obviously price gonna go higher for labor. So to mitigate the inflation, yeah. So price you can expect higher cost of production. You can expect to keep pushing higher rather than pushing lower, yeah. In other expenses, you can expect that oil cost can affect on the production cost as well, yeah. But labor, yeah, all these things you can see that fixed for metals, right? So we're not gonna have a lot of impact on the metals, okay. But yes, we're gonna have impact on the stock market, all right. So cheap oil is gonna be good for some countries which are heavily relying on oil for as their energy source. Okay, so they gonna be benefited from cheaper oil prices. Yeah, but we're not gonna get a lot of effect on metals because of the cheap oil. All right, so it's crisis. Okay, we are having crisis. All right, so currently we are having crisis in the world. Okay, that's why everything is going down. People taking their money off from the financial market, all right, so they're preferring to hold cash. So they're gonna put that cash back into the market. All right, this cash is going to come, definitely is going to come. All right, when you're gonna hold your cash on sideline, that cash is not going to give you anything. All right, it's useless. All right, it's not going to give you anything. So that cash gonna get back into the market again at some point when people gonna start to believe that now it's time to use that cash, to put that cash back into the market. All right, I mean, when they're gonna realize that there are opportunities. Okay, so that cash is going to come back into the market. We're gonna see higher prices again. So oil also gonna be best opportunity for longer term. All right, so last week there was possibility for the of the gap. Okay, we have seen gap last week and prices at this area. Okay, and price went lower very aggressively. So as said, you know Saudis and Russians, they said that they gonna increase their production from April. Okay, so more cheap oil, when more cheap oil gonna come into the market, world is already locked down. Okay, there is no demand for the oil at the moment. So when we're gonna have demand of oil, then you can expect that to oil, oil supply to oil, or oil glut to go away from the market, and oil prices to start picking up. So oil price can stay there at the bottom for a while before oil start to pick up for longer term. All right, or if OPEC countries are going to get back onto the table again and going to sign another deal, all right, or going to cut again for production. So we're going to see quick recovery on oil prices. Okay, so if not, then oil prices can stay at the bottom for a while before going to take off. But one thing is sure, okay, so some countries or some companies gonna unable to produce oil at the current prices. Okay, they are clearly underwater. Okay, like Shell, right? U.S. company, their average their break-even price is above 40. All right, so they gonna be underwater. Okay, so they last week they said that they're not gonna start you know they're not gonna start their activities at these cheap prices. Okay, so oil can stay there at the bottom. So every time when you see that oil is coming close to $30 or $1 or $2 lower than that, let's say 28, 27 or 26 areas, okay, so they're going to be a short to medium and then longer term buy opportunities within those prices. Okay, you can buy at the bottom for short term. Once price hit to your target, let's say your target is 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, you can take off or you can hold your trade for longer term. Okay, but current pressure is to the downside, and that pressure can extend drop on oil up to 20. All right, so we are not expecting it to push lower than that up to below 20. Okay, but that possibility exists over there. All right, if it goes below 20, then they're going to be mess for many countries. Yeah, so highly likely oil price is going to stay above 25 for longer term. Okay, so this is the bigger time frame chart. Okay, so best opportunity is making. You don't see these kind of opportunities every day. All right, these are the best opportunities for longer term. So you simply going to buy the dip every time, and oil going to go below 30. All right, so there's going to be opportunity for short to longer term. All right. So currently it is in a pressure, okay, I mean correcting for the downside. Okay, so correction, we were expecting this to go lower. Okay, so it went lower. Now you are expecting it to either push, let me slightly change that formation. Okay, so you're expecting it to push for another up move or break down simply. All right, okay, so push up for another move, go down, test this previous bottom or form new low within these areas. Okay, within these areas, and longer term buy or test that previous bottom wherever. So you are closely watching these areas on the oil for next week. Okay, every time an oil come back at the 28 or even testing these 30 areas, so we were looking buy there. All right, we were expecting it to go higher, we were expecting it to tag that bottom and continue to go higher. All right, so short-term trade was there on lower time frame, that trade. So similar way on a bigger time frame, I'm showing you. So just stay bullish every time it come back at the bottom. You're looking for it to continue to reverse for upside. So this is going to be a best opportunity for longer term. All right. So you can counter it for short term as well for a couple of 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. All right, so S&P 500. Okay, so S&P 500 is still, stock market is still in a bearish trend. Okay, they are trying to form the bottom. Okay, so stock market is trying to form the bottom, and last time we had this opportunity. Okay, so last time we had that opportunity that did very well, and we were expecting some price action on it. All right, and we got a breakout. Okay, so price is still in a bearish trend on the S&P 500. So I'm looking at that chart. Okay, so it broke out. So it broke the bottom. We were expecting some price action over there. It broke that trend. We were expecting that price gonna rebound after dropping 16%. Okay, but it went lower. We were watching price action over there, so we did not get price action over there, and price just went through. Okay, now this is what we are having right now. Okay, so price went lower, straight away went lower on opening. Okay, so and this you know, a couple of circuit breakers triggered over there. So there is still possibility that the S&P 500 can tag that bottom, right? The 20, yeah, this bottom, or 22 or 23 areas before we're gonna have longer term, you know, continuation for upside. Okay, so let me go to the current chart. Okay, so weekly chart, and this is what we are anticipating. Okay, so just hold that previous bottom, this previous bottom, and continue to go higher for next bullish move. Okay, so there you should keep in your mind. Okay, so the chart is not loading. All right, so we have seen crash over there. Yeah, there is the example. Okay, we have seen crash over there as well. So yeah, that's the crisis. Okay, in 2008, when we were having a recession. So we are a similar kind of scenario is building over there at the current price. Okay, if things are going to get more worse, all right, so central banks are not central banks are trying to support the economy by cutting their interest rate. Okay, so if things are going to to go out of control, all right, then we may see more downside. Okay, it can, you know, drop aggressively, you know, up to 40 to 50%. Okay, but that's going to be a very, you can see that, you know, worse conditions in the world, right? Very, you know, extreme scenario going to be over there. Okay, so we are not looking that kind of scene in the world. Okay, we believe that central Fed going to come and going to provide some cheap money, and again people going to start to buy the S&P 500, and we're going to have trend for upside. Okay, so we are not expecting a quick recovery after that stronger fall. All right, so their recovery going to be a slow and steady. All right, so after the stronger sell, okay, this is very less likely. This is not going to rise something like that. All right, so a slow recovery, something like that. Okay, so slow recovery which can take some time. So there are going to be plenty of buy opportunities again on the S&P 500 as well. Okay, so if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, bigger time frame, you have just seen. If I'm going to go to the lower time frame, so price already bounced off last week when we had emergency. All right, so when Trump declared emergency. All right, so as said, price still can go beyond 24. Okay, it can go beyond 24, it can go up to 23. So anytime when you buy S&P 500, so make sure just put your stop behind the corrections. Okay, and watch those corrections, just keep pushing higher. All right, so this is the correction, okay, which formed. All right, so you are expecting similar kind of correction next week. All right, and stabilize the stock market, to stabilize. Okay, another 15-minute correction to form over there. That correction is just trying to build over there. Okay, and once you're gonna have that correction, once you're gonna trigger that trade, you can trigger that trade on breakout. Okay, you can trigger that breakout, and you can put your stop there behind that. Okay, if price keep pushing higher, you got the trade. Okay, and stay into that trade for more upside. All right, so if you don't see that breakout, and price is going to fall aggressively to the downside. All right, so like that, so let that to go lower. Okay, let that to go back to that bottom or new low. Okay, new low gonna be at the previous bottom, or not new low, double bottom, you can say that. Okay, so these are the opportunities which are setting big opportunities for longer term. Okay, then let the price tag that low. Okay, if break the previous bottom, let the price tag that the previous low, 2300. All right, so if price is going to tag that 2300 or 2200, so it's gonna be almost 35% drop. Okay, yes, 35. Okay, so it's gonna be a 35% drop, which is huge. Okay, which is huge. 35% drop on S&P 500 gonna be huge. Okay, so S&P 500 almost lost 3 trillions already, more than 3 trillions. Okay, more than 3 trillions on that crash. So we have seen some recovery. So if it is going to hit that 23 or 22 area, so it's going to be huge. Okay, so now let's move on to the NASDAQ 100 index. This is also going to be a good opportunity. All right, so let's look at the bigger time frame. Okay, so when we had crisis in 2000, we have seen that it has lost almost 83% its value, dot-com bubble, all right, and then in 2008, so we have seen almost you can see that 50% value gone, all right, so yeah, almost 50% value gone in 2008. So at current price, we can see almost it has lost 30%, right? So 30%, 30% value is just gone. Okay, we are expecting that it's gonna recover, all right, and gonna continue to go higher. So similar analysis, okay, so similar analysis on Nasdaq 100 index. It bounced off on a Friday, okay, and if things are going to get worse on it, okay, so then there's going to be another move back at this bottom, all right, back at this bottom, and a similar kind of drop like 35% or 40% on the Nasdaq 100 index, and again recovery. Okay, so we still can see that one more drop before we're going to see recovery on it. All right, as you guys know that world is, some countries are still locking, all right, shutting down their countries, some still making decisions. All right, so similar analysis on lower time frame. You got the move, you got the recovery. Okay, so next week Fed decision gonna be over there, and highly likely Fed gonna cut interest rate from 50 to 75 basis point. If Fed is going to cut interest rate with one or 100 basis point, this is going to be perfect scenario for the market. All right, 100 basis point going to be perfect. So at least 50, at least 25 basis point is a done deal. Okay, but market is looking for a 50 to 75. Okay, so which is going to be good for the stock market. So you're watching correction, 15-minute correction, that correction to take off similar way, stop behind that and watch it how aggressively it goes from more higher. Okay, so if correction is not appearing over there and it's breaking down very, very aggressively. Okay, so similar way, so let that to push. You can trade for that short term as well for the downside. All right, so trade with care for the downside. So from that, this bottom again start for double, watch for double bottom for continuation for upside or new low. All right, previous bottom as said, 35% drop. So they are setting up for buy opportunity. Okay, so S&P 500, I will update these charts. So follow me on my social sites. Okay, I will update these charts there. Okay, so natural gas. So there are many traders, those who are, posting chart and telling you that buy this and sell that. Okay, but they're not going to tell you the reasons. Okay, so reasons are important. Why market is moving. Okay, so if you're going to understand that why market is moving into a particular direction, so you can set up yourself better into that direction. So natural gas. Okay, so natural gas still is a buy opportunity. Okay, so it hasn't done anything at all. Okay, so that was the old chart. So it went lower and tested that bottom, the previous uniform new low. You can see that went up to 62 or 63. All right, and this is a still longer term buy opportunity. All right. Okay, so that was the setup which you were looking last week. Okay, so short to medium term and longer term opportunity as well. So we got the one more drop on it. Okay, and then price bounced off. Right, we were watching this on lower time frame, 5-minute time frame in our group. Okay, so we got that move, we got that correction, and we were expecting it to continue or form another low and then start rising. So it's pushing higher. Now the updated, okay, so correction there. So form correction there. Okay, so slightly a bigger correction. So form correction there. All right, and then take off or test that bottom again. Okay, so this is a longer term opportunity. It's not a short term opportunity like 10, 20, or 30 cent trade. Okay, so it's a it can push up to $3 or maybe higher than that. So reason behind that, now winter is gone. Okay, winter is gone. Now the reason why price gonna go higher, oil dropped. Okay, oil is cheap, and Shell said they are going to stop their activities. Okay, when they were, I mean, Shell was, you know, producing natural gas as a byproduct with oil, okay, which was driving prices much lower. Now when no, when they're gonna stop drilling, all right? When they're gonna stop drilling oil, because their break-even price is 40, all right? When they're gonna get cheap oil from other countries, okay, they're gonna stop, all right? Then we're gonna see some, higher prices on gas, okay? So some, you can say that some, supply gonna go away from the market by when Shell gonna stop their drilling. Okay, so this is a good fundamentals which are setting up for the natural gas to go higher. Okay, so another drop. Okay, this can push lower for another move back at the bottom. This ABC move can form. Okay, if price test that bottom or form new low, so watch this aggressive move to happen. If price is not going to form that, all right, then at least a flat formation over there. Okay, so price to go test $2. Okay, go there, test $2, and go down for a retest of this bottom flat formation over there like that. All right, test that ET or up to 75, and then continue to go higher. Okay, that flat formation. So this is also going to be a good opportunity with oil. Okay, so now let's move on to the dollar index. So dollar index did very well and just bounced off aggressively last week. All right, so if you're going to go to the daily chart, I'm going to check the previous chart. Okay, so we have seen aggressive sell on dollar. Okay, and then we have seen a very aggressive buying on the gold. Sorry, on the dollar. So why we have seen that aggressive buying? Why dollar did that? Okay, as said before, everything was going down. All right, when everything was going down, people were preferring to hold cash rather than holding assets. All right, so people were trying to liquidate their assets in cash. All right, and so during crisis, which is the best assets you should hold, or which is the best currency you should hold? All right, obviously is the dollar. All right, obviously is the dollar. So when gold was going down, silver was going down, palladium, oil, stock, all right, other currencies, other major currencies were going down. Yen, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, everything was going down. Okay, so dollar was going higher. So people were liquidating their assets into cash, and cash was the dollar. Okay, so that's the reason we have seen strength on the dollar. So next week we are having rate decision. Okay, we are having Fed rate decision, and it is expected that Fed gonna cut the interest rate. All right, more than I'm expecting at least 50 basis point. All right, so if they're gonna cut interest rate more than that, let's say 100 basis point, this is going to be a very good news for the market and bad news for the dollar. All right, then we can see aggressive sell on the dollar. So currently there is a lot of volatility into the market. Okay, market is behaving like a ping pong. All right, up and down very aggressively. So if you know how to trade, perfect. If you don't know to trade, if you don't know how to trade during these kind of environment, you can lose your account very quickly. All right, in minutes, you can lose your account in minutes. All right, so trade with care during volatile environment. So what we are looking on the dollar index, yeah. So we were expecting it to go lower, and these are the updates on the dollar index. Okay, so last week it bounced off. So let's go to the updated chart. Okay, now there is possibility that dollar index still can push higher. Okay, so slightly can push higher. All right, so if Fed is going to disappoint the market like last week ECB did, all right, so ECB disappointed the market, so we have seen weaknesses on the euro. So if Fed is going to disappoint, all right, not going to do what market is expecting from them to do, yeah, we still can see strength on the the dollar. Okay, dollar still can push higher. As said, if prices are going to get worse, okay, we're still gonna see, you know, liquidation in the market. There's gonna be a liquidity problem in the market, all right, and people gonna try to liquidate their assets and gonna bring out their cash from the market. So we still may see strength on the dollar for short term, for upside. Okay, so this short term one more up move can happen. So they're going to be set up on lower time frame. Okay, this is a possibility. So what you should do, you should watch the lower time frame, how to trade on dollar index for next week. Okay, volatility, as said, volatility is there. Market is aggressively moving. Okay, so if I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame, so setup gonna be over there on lower time frame for next week, specifically during the Fed rate decision. All right, so these are the corrections. Okay, price is forming correction and pushing higher. So okay, so you know, another correction and that correction to continue to go higher. Okay, so similar pullback like that, pull back and continue to go higher. Okay, so if this correction, you see that correction is going to happen on your lower time frame, okay, then stay trending for short term. Okay, so put your stop, but after having that correction, put your stop behind that and watch it to continue to go higher. Okay, if you don't see this correction is not going to happen and price is falling very aggressively, just follow that fall. Okay, just follow that fall, put your stop behind that and watch for the correction and continue to go lower. All right, so setup gonna be over there on lower time frame on dollar index. Okay, so watch dollar to go down during the Fed rate decision. Okay, Fed rate decision, dollar to fall aggressively during the Fed rate decision. So if dollar push more higher, okay, not going to give you that correction, the correction which I have just shown you on 15-minute time frame, and keep pushing the way it is doing right now. Okay, so keep pushing slowly and tag the top. So just simply watch that sell again. Okay, chart is up, example is there on the daily time frame. So watch that too, fall aggressively and join that and watch it to reverse. So that's the dollar index. All right, so now let's look at the euro. Okay, the old chart. So euro did well, all right, but we didn't see more upside on the euro last week. Okay, so it went very aggressively for the downside. Okay, now there is possibility that, as said on the DXY, okay, it can continue to go lower that way. All right, so it can continue to go lower back at the bottom. Yeah, if Fed is going to disappoint the market, we still may see strength on the dollar. Okay, and if Fed is not going to disappoint the market, all right, and going to do what market is expecting, all right, then we're going to see, you know, more upside. Okay, longer term reversal. So updates were there. I got you know, a couple of messages before when that euro was dropping. All right, so many people were stuck within that trade. It was going down, and they were buying. All right, so going down, they were buying. Going down, they were buying. They were expecting that the euro dollar gonna reverse. Some traders were about to blow up their account, right? So hopefully they haven't, right? So people don't know what to watch, what to look for before getting into the market. All right, so that was the timing to we were expecting price action there, okay, all these areas, but it was short term down, okay, and then that's the timing to catch the the boat, all right, and since then euro was keep pushing higher. Updates were there. So similar way, all right, so similar way, the move which happened on lower time frame from that bottom, so similar move is happening on the weekly time frame. Okay, so you got a very sharp sell, all right, on the euro dollar. This is a very sharp sell, all right, so you have got that sharp sell previously there. All right, so you got a very sharp sell there, okay, and then drop. So currently we are not anticipating euro to keep pushing higher for more upside. Okay, we are currently expecting that euro to stay within these areas, within these ranges for a while. Okay, within these ranges. So for a while. So this is the longer term chart. Okay, by the way, a big flag. All right, this big flag, you got the move. Okay, so big flag to hold, and this flag to break out for a longer term per upside. So let's go to the lower time frame where your opportunity is. Okay, as said, if ECB, Fed is going to cut the interest rate very aggressively, okay, and going to stimulate the economy. So we're gonna see one more up move back to that chart, back to that top. Okay, once you can even trade on this trade. Okay, you can put your stop. Once you're gonna see that the stronger move is coming over there, you can trade. Okay, so need to watch lower time frame. I will show you. Okay, on the lower time frame. So watch it to go back to that top, and once price gonna tag that top, start looking for this to drop. So this is a general, idea what to look for. Okay, once price gonna retrace 100% back to 15, 1 and 15, and then start looking for it to go down. So sideways, still stay sideways, euro dollar for longer term. Okay, so on lower time frame there is opportunity. All right, so this flat formation to form. Okay, so watch this previous, fifth, there is a correction, okay, on lower time frame. So watch that price to hold that and this short-term trade for next week, all right? And once price gonna tag that, this flat formation, okay? If price stay there during the Fed rate decision, all right? Watch the rate decision, how Fed is going to do, how they are going to communicate with the market, all right? So if stronger sell is going to come, then continuation to the downside rather than this top. Okay, then don't wait for the top and this to continue to go lower. So let me go to the lower time frame on the euro dollar. Okay, so this short term buy, okay, correction there, this short term buy, put your stop when you're gonna go for that buy trade. Okay, this buy trade, make sure you understand that the sell is very strong over there on the euro dollar. Okay, so price can break down and can break down and can continue to keep pushing slowly to the downside. So when you're gonna get into the trade, just monitor your position. Okay, if price keep pushing higher, stay in. If don't, then you can close your trade on break even. So euro gonna stay sideways for a while, okay, rather than trending. Okay, so just follow me on social sites which I have just shown you. I will update. Okay, if I'll see that there is opportunity for sell from the 115, I will update. Okay, or at the current price 112 during the Fed rate decision, I will update the euro dollar as well. So dollar chief, right? So dollar chief is also bounced off from the bottom. But first of all, let's look at this old idea, old chart. Okay, so dollar chief was at an ideal spot. So we were having a stronger sell from that top, and it has just crashed last week. Okay, crashed and then bounced off very aggressively. And this is your old analysis on the dollar chief. Okay, that's your old analysis, and this is going to lead you what to do in future. All right, so we have seen that away from that bottom. So I don't think so we have update on this chart. All right, so there were charts on the trading view within these areas. Okay, if you want to learn how to trade on this on the current price, then go to there. Okay, so if I'm going to go to the current price, okay, so similar analysis, the old chart which has just shown you similar analysis. This is just not a pattern over there. Okay, so you're simply looking at double bottom over there. Okay, last week we have seen aggressive sell there, right? And the next week, all right, next week you are looking at to break down for one more drop back at the bottom and test that bottom and then continue to go higher. Specifically during the Fed rate decision, I'm using two words again and again. One Fed rate decision and the other one is the Swiss National Bank policy assessment. Okay, what they're gonna do during their decision. All right, Fed during the Fed rate decision, okay, highly likely Fed gonna go for, Fed gonna be dovish, all right? If Fed is going to be hawkish during this period of time, we're gonna see more, turmoil in the market. So Fed has to be dovish, right? So they have to be dovish. How far they can go, that's the question. How far Fed can go, that's the question. Okay, so if they are going to be very 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 dovish, that's going to drive the dollar aggressively lower. All right, so we still can see that one more drop, and you can trade on that one more drop back at that bottom. Okay, test that bottom, and once price going to test that bottom, start looking for it to reverse for longer term, the way I have just shown you that chart. Okay, so there are lower time frame charts. So let's go to the lower time frame to figure it out what to do. Okay, so analysis is very much similar like the euro dollar chart. Okay, this is a sharp bullish move for upside. Okay, or you can see that a sharp correction on your 4-hour time frame. All right, or let me draw that way. So this is a sharp correction, okay, which still can drop for one more move down back at the bottom. So first of all, you're looking at this trade, similar trade which I have just shown you on the euro dollar. Okay, once price going to attack that bottom, watch it. Is it going to break down? Okay, if going to break, put your stop behind that. Okay, if it is going to break down, stay into the trade all the way back at that bottom. All right, and once price going to attack that bottom, start looking for reversal. If not breaking this formation, okay, this formation, and going to hold that formation, and Fed is not going to do what market is anticipating Fed to do, okay, then continuation for upside. Okay, all right, so if I'm going to draw this way, okay, so this flat formation, okay, so price to hold that bottom and continue to go higher. So this chart you can get from TradingView. Okay, this pattern formation you can get from, let me quickly tell you if we do have that chart. Let me quickly, I don't think so we're going to go that much far away. Let's try searching there. Okay, so this pattern, the pattern which I have just shown you, an expanding triangle. Okay, you can see that expanding triangle again. So let's go to, right, this is the formation which I'm just asking you to watch during the week, specifically during the Fed rate decision. All right, so this formation. So price not gonna, yes, it's done. All right, so it's updated. So similar formation. So first of all, watch this trade. Okay, so put your stop behind that, and once price gonna attack this previous bottom, watch it where the what the Fed or the Swiss National Bank is going to do. Either Fed is going to drop the dollar, us, or both need to drop their currencies. Okay, both central bank needs to drop their currency. Okay, so Fed has to drop the dollar. Okay, Swiss National Bank has to drop the chief. Okay, if Swiss National Bank is not going to intervene, highly likely we're going to have, they are giving indication. These two currencies are giving indication, that we are going to see crisis. Okay, so both currencies have to reverse quickly. All right, then there's going to be stability into the market. So this formation, yeah, that formation again, we may see expanding triangle formation at the current price. So first of all, watch it to go down for short term. Okay, and once price going to attack the bottom, then watch it. If it holds, then start looking it to continue to go higher. So dollar CAD. Okay, last week I was saying to you guys, we may see more upside on the dollar CAD. Okay, if you remember, because oil was showing that there going to be a gap last week. So during the closing hours, it was showing that there going to be gap on the the oil. Okay, so we have seen gap not just on the oil, we have seen gap everywhere, and this is the updated chart. Okay, this is what you should watch. So there is a very important point which you should keep in your mind when you're going to start trading on the dollar CAD, specifically for the downside. Okay, I told you that oil still can push up to 25 or 20 areas. Okay, there is room on the oil. Oil currently is being traded above 30. Okay, there is room for the $5 to $7, right, on oil. So if we're gonna see drop there on oil, okay, if oil is going to push lower, we have seen interest rate cut last week on from Bank of Canada. Okay, and what they said that we have cut the interest rate because of the cheap oil prices. Okay, and a couple of other things were there as well. All right. So why they said that? Okay, because if oil gonna keep pushing lower, their economy gonna get affected with cheap oil. All right. So when their economy gonna get affected, you're not gonna find strength on the CAD. Okay, CAD still can keep pushing higher. I mean, specifically against the dollar. Dollar still can keep pushing higher against the dollar. So we need stability on the oil prices. Okay, so the point here is that dollar CAD still can push up with 2 to 300 pips. All right, it can go up to 47 or 46 or 45 within these areas. Yeah, but if it is going to go there, there are going to be a perfect longer term sell opportunity on the dollar CAD. All right, like the opportunity I'm showing you on the dollar oil longer term buy from there. Okay, so how you can trade. Okay, when you're going to trade on the dollar CAD, keep in your mind that it is in a strong bullish trend. Oil dropping, it still can push higher for short term. All right, short term still can stay trending for upside. Okay, so stronger sell gonna confirm. All right, stronger sell gonna confirm that it's not pushing higher. Then you can stay in and can keep adding for more downside. All right, so watch it to drop aggressively during the Fed rate decision again next week. All right. Okay, so it's important to 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 see dollar to drop. So last time when we have seen strength on the dollar against the CAD, at that time Fed was raising interest rate. So we have seen dollar went up to 46 or 47 against the CAD, and oil prices were also under pressure. All right. So hopefully this time both are cutting interest rate. All right. And if Fed is going to go for stimulation, going to stimulate their economy, then we can see weaknesses on the dollar as well against the CAD. So there's going to be a best opportunity in for longer term, even if price is going to push higher for 1 or 200 pips. All right. So that's a bigger longer term analysis on a 2-day time frame. Okay. So how you can trade? This is the chart you should watch on lower time frame. Okay, so we were expecting it to drop every time when it was pushing higher. Okay, we got this drop. We were expecting it to drop again from that top. We got that drop. So same again next week. Okay, so once you're gonna first of all watch it to break down. Okay, break down and correct. Okay, correct and that correction to continue to go lower. Okay, if you don't see that correction, okay, and price is going to go back up for another move. Okay, they're gonna be a short-term trade like that. Okay, short-term trade like that. So watch it on lower time frame. So they're going to be a short-term up, short-term buy trade like that. Okay, this trade, and once price is going to tag this previous top or going to form new high. Okay, up to 41 or 40, 50 within these areas. Okay, then start looking for it to fall aggressively again from that top, the way it has done there. Okay, aggressively drop. Okay, you are in. Stop is there. Okay, you're watching another correction and you're looking to add more there. Okay, and corrections and looking to add more there. So keep watching this price, this these patterns. Keep waiting for these patterns every time in dollar CAD keep pushing higher, form new high. Okay, form new high. Keep waiting and watching for aggressive sell to come. And if you want to understand that, just go to the DXY chart and look at the updates, or go to the euro dollar chart, which I've just shown you. Okay, watch that, then you're gonna get the idea what to do. All right, so that's the dollar CAD trade. Another good opportunity. As said, guys, there are many opportunities in the market. Okay, so which currency was under pressure is the Australian dollar. All right, so we were expecting it to hold the bottom and then go higher. Okay, so the Australian dollar was the currency which were heavily under pressure last week because of those crises. Okay, so this currency, the Australian dollar still can continue to keep pushing lower. All right, so if we are going to see a recession, guys, okay, then the currency which gonna get hit gonna be the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. Okay, across the board they're gonna stay under pressure and they're gonna keep pushing lower. So we are not anticipating that. Banks are doing, yeah, banks are trying to overcome on this issue. Okay, last time there you can see, last time when we had a recession, we have seen a very aggressive move. So similar kind of scenario is happening over there. So it can still push lower up to 60. All right, so up to 60. But our longer term analysis is still bullish on it. Okay, so trade with care for upside on it. Okay, so hopefully we're gonna get a a big move on it very soon. Okay, and the stability on the Australian dollar against the dollar. So again, watch this to rise aggressively during the Fed rate decision. Okay, so this to jump very aggressively from the bottom. Okay, bounce off, correct, and reverse the trend. Okay, if don't do that, if don't jump, okay, if don't aggressively rise and go to another correction, okay, like that, all right, or like this, or like that, okay, then there's going to be a one more drop, okay, short term one more drop, and again watch for it to bounce off very aggressively. So if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, I'm going to show you there. So there you waiting and watching. Okay, every time when you see there is a aggressive bounce is happening. Yeah, first of all, when market gonna open, watch there is 15-minute correction over there. Okay, once you're gonna there gonna be plenty of return. Okay, if you will catch bottom on these two currencies, okay, New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar, there are going to be a plenty, or and dollar CAD, there are going to be a plenty of return. Okay, plenty of pips. There are many opportunities like that. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar is also doing that. So there are going to be plenty of return. All right. So watch this 15-minute correction and that to break out. Put your stop behind that. So just, I mean, look at that. Okay. So stop going to be very small. And when price going to run, it's going to run for longer term. So watch this correction, okay, and watch this next leg, watch for another correction and keep adding for upside. Okay, if you don't see this aggressive leg and price is going for another corrective move, something like 4-hour time frame, okay, there where I have just shown you, okay, another corrective move like this, okay, then one more drop, okay, one more drop like that. All right, so longer term bullish, short term we still can see another drop after having that 4-hour correction. Okay, and short term you are looking to counter that. All right, so counter that with care. Trend is still strong bearish. All right, specifically after the last week crisis. So New Zealand dollar is also similar analysis. Okay, if I'm gonna look at this daily time frame. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at this daily time frame. Okay, so uh, bullish, all right? So specifically, it bounced off during the Fed rate decision. Okay, so still bullish on it, and 2-day time frame chart. Okay, so on lower time frame, very much same analysis like the the Australian dollar, US dollar chart. All right, so we are having manipulation. This is manipulation, guys. Okay, so prices have been manipulated last week. Okay, heavily manipulated last week. We have seen drop, crash, and then recovery, and then trending again to the downside. Okay, so you are expecting it to similar way bounce off, correct, and reverse the trend. Okay, so if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, all right, so they are still trending to the downside. Okay, so there. Okay, this flag to break out aggressively for upside. Okay, you got the move there. All right, and price to hold that bottom. All right, so correct on this 15-minute time frame. Okay, and breakout and aggressive move. All right, this is what you are expecting next, searching for next week. All right, so price to bounce off aggressively for upside. So if I'm going to go to the bigger time frame, let's see on a 1-hour time frame. Okay, so price to break out aggressively for upside. Okay, specifically watch it to break out during the Fed rate decision. All right, so if it is not going to rise and going to push more lower, all right, so don't jump into the trade for buy and let the price to finish its bearish move. Okay, so price still can push up to you know, much lower, as said, in case if we are going to see crisis, okay, then it can push up to much lower, up to 50. So hopefully there are not going to be crisis, okay, hopefully there are not going to be recession. We are not going to see recession like 2008. Hopefully there are going to be a stability into the market, okay. So there is, issue with the corona. I mean, the uncertainty is the coronavirus. Okay, so governments can announce at any time that things are getting better, right? So we are improving, or they can say that we have, uh, you know, um, invented, a drug, right? And that drug is very effective, and it's going to change the change everything. This news is going to be all right for the market, all right. Market going to start to price in for the stability, all right. So then we're going to see aggressive reversals everywhere. So we can hear that kind of news at any time, okay. We can hear that kind of news at any time, and after that, everything is, you know you can see that everything going to be clear for next couple of months. Okay, no more uncertainty like war, like virus, or like trade war. Okay, so for next couple of months we can expect stability, right? As you know that there are going to be election at the end of this year, so stability. So this to bounce off, all right. And dollar yen was very quick, all right. So dollar yen was really quick. So let's go to, let me check if I do have chart over there. I think on 8 hour time frame, or on on 2 day time frame. Looks like on a 2 day time frame, maybe on a 2 day time frame. Should be on a daily time frame. There you got. Okay, so there is the update. We're gonna look at that. So price exactly did that. Yes, you are right, Jack. That election means uncertainty, not stability. But Donald Trump gonna do whatever he can to bring stability into the market. Okay, so he hasn't got anything to sell except stronger economy, right? So if economy gonna collapse or we're gonna have recession, then what he's going to sell to his voters? Okay, so that's the reason he passed emergency last week, so that he can give some stability to the market. That's why you have seen strengthen stocks on Friday. All right. So dollar yen bounced off very very aggressively. So the updated chart. So the yeah, that was the chart. Yes, there you're gonna hear good news very soon from the rest of the you know you're gonna hear a lot of good news, guys. Okay, it's driven by media. These you, you know the crashes which we are having driven by the main media and social media. Okay, they are creating more fear, right? They are creating more fear, and in result we are having effect on the stronger effect on the market. Okay, so that was the chart. Was a good move. Okay, quick recovery after that. So the updated chart, okay, so the updated chart should be there. Okay, last week we were expecting this kind of formation. Okay, we have seen stronger sell gap, price went lower aggressively, hit the 100 and then reversed. Okay, it was very very quick. Okay, as told you, there was a liquidity issue which were driving the dollar higher. Now this is the updated chart. Okay, updated chart. So on lower time frame, price can push higher. Okay, so the analysis on dollar yen gonna be very much similar like the dollar DXY chart. Okay, DXY chart. All right, so correction, and that correction to continue. Okay, that trade, put stop behind that trade. Okay, watch if this is going to break out, then that's going to be the target. Okay, go for big run, go up to 121 or 122. All right, so if not, okay, if not, correction is again Fed. Okay, again watch Fed how they are going to communicate with the market. All right, okay, or hold that top and go down for another move within that flag. Okay, we still can see that one more drop. Okay, price still can go down within that drops, and both are going to be a good trade. Okay, this is going to be a good trade. Yeah, if we're gonna see, breakout and prices going for the going to leave that flag. Okay, this is also going to be a good trade for more upside. Okay, it was really quick last week. It did not stop, just went lower and then quick recovery, and it just bounced off. This is what you should watch next week. Okay, so similar analysis like the dollar index. So you are watching lower time frame, like 15-minute time frame. Okay, so if aggressive sell is going to come, get into the trade. Okay, get into the trade, put stop behind that. Okay, and watch it to tag that bottom. Okay, to tag that bottom. So we need intervention from the Fed. Okay, tag that bottom, and from that bottom again reversal. Okay, we still can see that move. Okay, the move, but watch that area price action for there. Okay, if aggressive sell is not going to come, then let this to correct. Okay, similar way, let that to correct and watch this to break out, put your stop behind that. And as said, on a bigger time frame, okay, it can run from, it can break out and can go more higher. All right, it can go up to 20 then. All right, so volatility is there, okay, on the dollar yen, then make sure you trade with care. Price can move very, very aggressively. Okay, price can move very, very aggressively. So as said, if you know how to trade, then perfect. If you don't know how to trade on these volatile pairs, then try to avoid and trade on those currencies which are less volatile. Okay, it also depends on your capital. So to trade there, if your capital can handle these big moves, okay, then obviously they're going to be good return. But if your capital cannot handle these aggressive moves and your risk is high, and your account gonna wipe out after a 300 pip move or 400 pip moves, then you should avoid trading on these these volatile pairs. All right, so updated chart is there, lower time frame correction. Okay, let me go to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, there is a trend, price is still pushing higher, that trend to break down very, very aggressively. Okay, so break down aggressively, correct. Okay, and then watch, stop there, watch breakout, and this to go lower. Okay, this is what you should watch for next week for sell, specifically during the fat rate decision. Okay, this trade first. Okay, if you don't see that stronger sell and price keep pushing higher, let that go. Don't counter this move. Okay, don't sell there, don't sell like that. Don't guess that that's the top, and get there, that's the top. Okay, you're gonna get stopped out. So let the price fall, let it correct. Okay, and then get into the trade. Okay, so that's the dollar yen, euro yen. All right, so euro yen bounced off very, very aggressively. So last week I was showing you, flat formation. So price did not form that. It just opened with gap and went lower and then reversed. So we are having you know a bigger flag over there on the euro yen. Okay, so actually the price action which we have seen is telling us that we are going to see stability into the market. Okay, so last week price action is telling us no recession, we are going to see stability. Yeah, so you are expecting this bigger flag to break out into that direction. Okay, or go back up within that flat formation. All right, and go down for another move back at that bottom. Okay, and then start to rise from that bottom. Okay, if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, we were expecting it to bounce off last week from that bottom. It bounced off during the ECB rate decision, and currently, all right, so currently price can keep pushing higher slowly the way it is doing right, not slowly, aggressively. All right, so price can correct, all right, and we still can see that move back at that top. All right, and their flat formation. Okay, their flat formation. So let the price correct on your lower time frame for more upside. Okay, slightly a bigger correction will give you enough, time to take that trade. Okay, this is our formation. All right, so correction there on 15-minute time frame. Okay, that correction and that correction to breakout and then go higher. Okay, if don't see that and price is falling very, very aggressively, same like the dollar yen, then go down for one more drop. Okay, and there. Okay, we can see their prices correcting and pushing higher. Okay, so similar way, correct for another time and then keep pushing higher. Okay, so first of all, this aggressive sell, correct, and a short trade. Okay, if sell is an aggressive sell, you don't see the aggressive sell, then let it correct. Okay, 15-minute time frame, then continue to go higher. If you understand, then trade on this pair. Okay, it is not at a best spot at the moment where you're gonna get a good buy opportunity. Yeah, for more upside. Yeah, so trade with care on the euro yen. Okay, so euro yen and pound dollar. So pound dollar went lower. Okay, last week I was asking you to watch for short on the euro dollar within the flag. Okay, if you remember, then we had something like that kind of formation, right, like that. So we had seen stronger sell. So price did not respected that bottom, and it was just keep pushing lower after interest rate cut on the Bank of from interest rate cut from Bank of England. Okay, so let me check if we do have update. All right, so that was the previous update. Okay, previous week bottom, long from that bottom, and then we were expecting a price action over there, either breakout, continue to go higher, or go down for one more drop. So price went aggressively. Okay, now we are clearly have seen change in this flag. So prices went lower, so we don't have price action for buy over there. So the updated chart. Okay, now that's the updated chart. So we were expecting the bigger flag to break for upside, so it broke out. So the updated chart is this. Okay, it's testing the bottom again. All right, as said, guys, there are tons of opportunities. The crisis which we have seen last week, they have created a sharp sell. They have created a lot of opportunities in the market. Okay, now dollar a pound dollar is coming back to the bottom again. So there are going to be short-term sell opportunities on lower time frame, 15-minute time frame next week. All right, form those 15-minute correction and keep pushing lower. Test that 120 and then bounce off for longer term again. Okay, the bigger the longer term reversal. Hopefully we're not going to see breakout this time. Okay, hopefully we're not going to see breakout of that bottom of 120, right? And the price going to hold again that area 120 and going to reverse for longer term. All right, so again going to be a longer term buy opportunity on the pound dollar. All right, and let's go to the lower time frame. Okay, so on lower time frame we were expecting it to go lower last week. All right, so there was a 30-minute trade, that flag to break lower, that flag broken down. Okay, and after that we are still in a downtrend. Okay, we were expecting this flag to go lower. Okay, that went lower and another went lower. Okay, they cut the interest rate at this area. Fed Bank of England cut the interest rate with 50 basis point emergency cut. All right, and we have seen aggressive sell after that, and there was liquidity issue as well. All right, people were moving towards dollar, so we have seen another move. Okay, so we still can see short-term more downside up to 120. Okay, if I'm going to go further down, okay, we still can see short-term continuation to the downside. Okay, after having another correction over there like that. Okay, so again, you are watching this pair to bounce off during the Fed rate decision. Okay, as said, guys, there is volatility into the market, and the market is expecting something big from the Fed. If Fed is going to deliver, then we're going to see a drop on the oil, on the dollar. If not, then dollar going to stay strong, and this one more drop back up to 120. Okay, and from 120 to reverse. So this correction, okay, if you see that correction is going to form similar way like that. Okay, so this trade, okay, if this correction you don't see that correction, and price is going to stabilize there where it is right now. Okay, then bounce off. Okay, Fed to deliver and correct and reverse. So it can push up to 20 easily because the price is very sharp to the downside. Okay, so longer term reversal on the pound dollar. All right, so euro pound. So there were manipulation last week, right? Everything was just dropping. So world gone mad. Fear was everywhere, and the people were, getting out from the market. Okay, so euro pound. All right, so currently euro is playing as a safe haven currency. Similar, it is behaving similar way the way yen, behave during crisis. Okay, we have seen strength on the euro pound as well. Okay, so lower time frame charts were there. Okay, that was the lower time frame chart from the bottom from 83. That's a big move, all right? Because pound is going down, euro was strong, and euro pound was making difference, all right? And that's the recent updated chart. So we were looking it to continue to go higher too on 45-minute time frame there. So we got that move. Now the next, where is the next opportunity? Okay, so next opportunity is still there on your lower time frame there. Okay, so short-term continuation back to that top. Okay, hit that top and again hold that top and then reverse. Okay, so you shouldn't be a seller. Okay, you shouldn't be a seller on the euro pound right after when market gonna open. So there's gonna be a short term one more. We may see short term strength on the euro against the pound. Okay, so euro pound was setting up for a big wave at that time from the top. Okay, we have seen that drop from that top. Yeah, on the weekly time frame, so big drop, right? And then we have seen this big buy from the bottom as well. Okay, now again hold that top, don't go beyond the parity rate. Okay, the hold that top and then go down back at the sideways market. Okay, so again this is going to be a good longer term sell opportunity. There are going to be a plenty of sell opportunities. Okay, so that was the lower time frame correction happened on daily time frame 480, right? And then that correction broke out, and boom, big drop happened over there last time. So hopefully you're gonna get similar kind of trade again on the euro pound. Okay, now let's go to the lower time frame on euro pound. Okay, so what to do? Let's go to the lower time frame. So form another correction. Okay, as long as price stay above that trend line. Okay, you see that trend line? As long as price stay above that trend line, you are expecting price to stay up. Okay, so stay bullish. Okay, we were expecting this correction to form and that to continue to go higher. All right, this, so it did well. Okay, so form another one. All right, so form another one and continue to go higher. So form another correction and continue to go higher. Tag that top, all right? This short-term trade, okay? This short-term trade. So after having similar correction there, so that short-term trade, okay? So what to do once price gonna tag that top? Once price gonna tag the 93, all right? So let's go to the pause chart. Okay, then wait for the stronger sell to come. Watch that stronger sell to come. Okay, once that stronger sell gonna start appearing over there, okay, there you got stronger sell. All right, correction, correction. Okay, and then price never stopped. It never looked back. Okay, so once price can attack, currently you are looking this kind of trade. Okay, this kind of more push up. All right, so if you don't, let me go back to the current price. Okay, so if you don't see that correction, hopefully we're gonna get more upside on it. There is still, 300 pip room left, almost 300 pip room left before price is gonna tag that top. Okay, so still 300 pip, room left over there. All right, so correct, and then, so if not, this is not going to happen, and sharp aggressive move is going to come. All right, then you can change your view. All right, and then can start selling it back at the bottom. So currently we are not anticipating this move. All right, we are looking it to continue to go higher. So if you're holding your positions, all right, then hold it. Yeah, if you went long on it on the euro pound, there is still more return. All right, so 300 bit move. So that's the euro pound. All right, so pound yen. Pound yen also went lower last week because safe haven were pushing higher. Last week I was asking you to stay bearish on it for one more drop back at the bottom. Okay, and same again. All right, let's go to the weekly time frame chart first. Okay, that was the last time we have seen on the pound yen from that bottom. Okay, now there is still a room, same like the euro pound. Okay, this is still tradable. So you can trade on that move back at that bottom up to 28. Okay, once price gonna tag that bottom again, start looking for this kind of move over there. Okay, and longer term reversal. Okay, that wave. So this is gonna be a longer term, wave. So I'm gonna update that chart once I'm gonna see that price is setting for a reversal. Okay, but this chart still tradable. Okay, this weekly chart is still tradable. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it mine and a couple of changes. All right, so a couple of changes gonna be over there, and that weekly chart gonna be ready to watch for reversal. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the lower time frame for the next week. What you should do for the next week? Where is your trade for short term for next week? But longer term, when price gonna tag, okay, they're gonna be a set up for buy. Okay, so this is this trend line to go there. Okay, this arrow to come there. Okay, now this chart is still tradable. See that? Nothing. There is, you know, okay, you don't have a big. This chart hasn't changed a lot. Okay, so I'm not going there. So just close that. Okay, so we have seen that one more drop. So just complete that one more drop back at the bottom and go higher. Okay, so let's go to the lower time frame. I'm gonna go to the lower time frame. Let's close that and let's go to the lower time frame. Okay, there you are paying attention. So we were expecting it to continue to go lower. I think I have shown you that chart when we have that correction, right? So hopefully, you know, you are aware. Maybe not because we were not having, weekly market outlook for 2 weeks. So you watching this, okay? So this there is possibility that we're not gonna have that ABC move, right? And price gonna break the bottom and gonna continue to go lower. Okay, so we are anticipating, ABC move or expanding triangle on the pound yen. Okay, this ABC move to form, all right, and price to drop. Okay, if this ABC move is not going to form and correction is going to get bigger, all right, then let this to push more higher, this move to push more higher. Okay, this move to push more higher, and then let the price tag that top and this expanding triangle. All right, then that expanding triangle to to form and pound yen to continue to go lower. All that. This is our structure at the moment, right? That's what we are looking. Okay, so they're going to be a best opportunity on the pound yen. Okay, so once pound yen going to tag that, they're going to be best place to watch it to go lower for this move. Okay, possibility exists that you're not gonna get that expanding triangle and price gonna again gonna break. Okay, price broken out, again gonna break out this tiny correction and gonna keep pushing lower. Okay, for that we watch price action there when market gonna open at 134, how price is reacting there at 134. So that's your pound yen, but once price gonna tag 126 or 127 or previous bottom, okay, again they're gonna be longer term opportunity on the pound yen, right? So pound chief is also same like the euro pound chart. I told you, if you remember, I told you you can't be bullish. You can't be bullish on both chart at the same time. On euro pound or pound chief, okay? One of them gonna rise. Hopefully you remember last time. Did you guys remember that or not? Just let me know. Did I said? Did you remember that or not? Just type it over there. Yes, if you listen my words over there at that time. Just type it yes. Why over? Just type Y over there. When I was saying that, guys, we were bullish on both. We were buying euro pound, and we were looking for buy on the pound chip. Okay, and one of them gonna rise. Both not gonna rise at the same time. One of them gonna rise. So we have seen strength on the euro pound. Okay, if euro pound goes higher, pound chief go low. Pound chief, go opposite. So same again. All right. So both are at a best place now. Okay, euro pound is about to test the top. So means that there is still room on the euro pound. Euro pound can push up for another move, 20, 200 or 300 pip moves for upside. So pound chief is not ready to reverse. All right. So once you're gonna see some price section over there on euro pound gonna start reacting over there at the previous top and gonna start falling aggressively, then start buying the pound chief. Okay, now you can buy pound chief and you can sell the euro pound at the same time. Okay, but before you're gonna the longer term trades, I'm asking you for longer term. All right, so longer term drop on the euro pound and longer term reversal on the pound chief as well from the bottom. But currently the factor you should keep in your mind is that the chief is behaving as a safe haven. All right, if prices are going to get worse, euro pound gonna break up, gonna go more higher, yeah, pound chief gonna keep pushing lower and gonna break the previous bottom. Euro is playing as a safe haven as well. All right, so you need stability into the market. All right, that stability gonna give strength on the pound. We're gonna see weaknesses on the euro against the pound. Euro pound gonna reverse. At the same time, you're gonna see reversal. Let's look at this chart. Okay, um, let's look at this chart. Okay, at the same time, we were expecting pound chief to go higher when we were expecting pound euro pound to go lower. You see that weekly chart went higher. So same analysis we had that on the euro pound as well at that time. So if we're gonna look at the weekly chart on euro pound, all right, so there at that time the chart which I have just shown you has come out. So same again, all right. So you can be bullish and bearish this time. Hopefully, crisis not gonna get worse, and you're gonna have a very good waves again on these two pairs. So looks like it's stuck. Yeah, I have just shown you guys weekly chart. Yeah, hopefully you remember that on the euro pound. So let's move on rather than going back to the that old chart. Okay, so the currently make sure you don't counter that strength. Okay, The pound is really strong. Okay, so there are going to be a price action on your lower time frame. Okay, once you're going to see that price action is happening over there, pound is rising aggressively on your lower time frame against the chief, then start looking to buy. If you're gonna jump into the trade without having a good price action, okay, you can end up with losing. All right, you can end up with loss. Okay, we were expecting this to continue, by the way. Okay, we were expecting this to continue. We are having that, so it can continue to keep pushing. Let me make it slightly clear over there. Okay, so another correction. Okay, similar like the euro pound chart, another correction and tag that bottom. Okay, if not, this is not going to happen, going lower. Okay, bounce off very aggressively. Okay, bounce off very aggressively from the bottom. Okay, correct and reverse the trend. All right, example have just shown you on the euro pound chart. Stronger sell you have seen over there on the euro pound. Okay, so pound CAD went higher and then you can see that crashed after the interest rate cut on the Bank of England. Okay, so if pound is going to get more worse next week, all right, then this pair going to keep pushing lower. So currently we are anticipating that you pound CAD going to stay sideways. Okay, pound CAD going to hold that previous bottom and going to stay sideways, going to go back up within that within that sideways market. So it was very aggressive last week. It went lower very aggressively. Okay, so we'll show you the lower time frame what to look for. Okay, so if you're gonna have a bigger correction over there, a 4-hour time frame correction, something like that, okay, then more downside. Okay, strength on the CAD and weaknesses on the pound. Okay, and then pound CAD to keep pushing lower. So it can tag that bottom like other pound pairs, like pound yen, like pound pound yen, pound dollar, euro pound, pound chief. Okay, they are tagging the bottom. They are sitting at the floor. Pound dollar is about to tag the 120. Pound chief also tagging. Yeah, euro pound is about to tag 93. All right, so pound yen is also about to tag 20, 25, 28, 26 areas. Okay, but this is not there yet. This is not at the bottom. The reason is very much simple. Oil was cheap. All right, CAD was weaker and pound was strong against CAD. Okay, so correction there will drive it much lower. So lower time frame. Okay, so again, trade with care. It is very aggressive to the downside. Okay, for buy. If you are a buyer over there, then trade with care. Okay, it can continue to keep pushing lower. So there, okay, there. Okay, so short-term counter trend trade. This trade, like this is risky trade. Okay, correction like that, risky trade. But if you're gonna time your entry very well, you can get that. Okay, after having price action on lower time frame from the previous bottom. Okay, so once you're gonna see that the correction is appearing over there like that, then then start looking for it to continue to go lower. Okay, from this previous bottom. So trade with care, guys. Trade with care these days. Okay, market is very volatile. You can end up within minutes. All right, so price is moving up and down really quickly. Okay, so trade with care. So that's the your pound CAD chart. Okay, so short to medium short term bounce out from the current price, go for correction, and once that correction gonna complete, continue to go lower. Okay, so we have seen crash. Simply last week we have seen flash crash on Australian dollar. Yeah, and price has went higher. Okay, it went higher and then went lower. So we are still longer term bearish on it. Okay, we are still longer term bearish on it, and we are still expecting that weekly time frame correction daily flag to break out and you pound Australian dollar to go lower up to this trend line or all the way back to that bottom. Okay, so again, guys, if you know what you are doing, then all right. If you don't know what you are doing, then it's really dangerous to trade these days, specifically on those currencies which are open to crash. Okay, which currencies are open to crash? All right, majors against yen can crash. Okay, majors against even minor. Okay, they can crash against chief. All right, and Australian dollar can crash, New Zealand dollar can crash. Okay, for downside, these currencies can crash to the downside. All right, so chief can get strong. Okay, when chief gonna get strong, chief gonna crash for upside, not for downside. All right, when yen gonna crash for upside, means strength. We're gonna see strength. Okay, so it's a flow of money. When people gonna take out their money from the stock market, they're gonna put somewhere. They're gonna hold their you know their currency somewhere. All right, or they're gonna liquidate their asset in something. All right, when they're gonna liquidate their asset in a currency, that currency gonna go higher. Okay, so yen play as a safe haven. That's the reason yen plays a safe haven. Chief plays a safe haven. Okay, and currencies against them, they're gonna crash to the downside. Okay, so that's the reason we have seen crash for upside on the pound Australian dollar. Okay, so similar crash happened on 2018 for the downside. Okay, so when you are trading on them, these currencies, then trade with care. Okay, so we are expecting this flag to break down. Okay, so this is your formation. Okay, so price to hold that, go back up, hold that, and then continue to go lower. Okay, this weekly flag, this daily flag to break down. So short term, one more up move, that trade, okay, can happen. You can trade for that up move, and then once price gonna take that top, watch it to break down, and bigger weekly flag to continue to go lower, and price to close below that gap. Right, so same analysis on pound New Zealand dollar. Okay, if I'm going to look at the weekly time frame, these currencies are very sensitive to recession. Okay, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and they're going to crash for the downside, and yen going to crash for the upside. So you got a very nice candle over there. Yeah, a weekly candle. So what price should do after that candle, obviously it should go down. Okay, there should be stability or strength on the New Zealand dollar. This is a very strong candle. Okay, those who trade based on candle analysis, okay, this is going to be a perfect sell signal for candlestick traders. Okay, if you look at this daily candle, okay, this is going to be a perfect signal for candlestick traders. Okay, those who trade based on the candle, this is a perfect signal for them. So huge sell over there after crashing, stronger sell came over there. So we should have some strength in coming weeks on New Zealand dollar. Okay, so this is sending us a very good signal. Okay, so we are longer term bearish. This is the trade. Okay, this is the trade. Okay, so manipulation happened last week, so we have seen that crash there as well. Okay, in 2015, 2016. Okay, that crash happened off there, so manipulation happened, and then after that we have seen a stronger sell. So those who trade based on candlestick pattern formation, this is a bad signal for them to watch. Okay, so if we're going to look at the lower time frame, okay, price already started to go lower. Okay, started to form some stronger, started to go down. Okay, so go back up this flat formation. All right, and then continue to go lower. All right, so watch these areas to 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 go down. All right, okay, so there is trend, the trend is building over there. Okay, if not going back up, then let it go and correct again, similar way. All right, and then continue to go lower. Okay, if you can read those patterns on lower time frame, perfect. If you don't know, then you can stick to the bigger time frame as well. Okay, this trend to break down. Okay, this trend is also breaking out. Okay, this is also trying to break out. Breakout is happening over there. So this corrective trend up to breakout, and this to just go lower very aggressively. So pound New Zealand dollar is breaking down. Okay, so CAD yen also crashed last week. We were having a possibility for one more drop. Okay, and By the way, that was a quick move. Okay, we were expecting it to go down from that top. So let that just come out. So the updated chart was there. Okay, that was the updated chart. And we had some short-term sales as well. So this is what we were expecting last week. A flag and that flag to break down and continue to go lower, right? So we haven't seen that flag, okay? We have just seen crash, okay? Crash happened and it went lower. We have seen new low on the CAD yen and let it just come out, okay? We have seen a nice aggressive sell all the way back up to 74 and then prices. Okay, so trying to recover. Okay, this is manipulation, guys. If you understand, then great. Okay, if you don't understand, it's we are having manipulation in the market. Okay, where prices are really cheap, central banks are trying to push their currencies back. All right, or where they want to hold their rates. Okay, exchange rates. So we have seen aggressive sell there. All right, then a one more up move and then again one more drop. All right, so chart is very much clear for bigger time frame. Okay, when we look at this chart is very much clear what's next. Okay, so what you can expect this chart to do. Okay, correct for another time. Okay, something like that. Okay, another correction there. Okay, something like that, bigger time frame. All right, or like that, bigger correction. Okay, come close to the trend line and or retracement to that impulse, and then again drop. All right, or continue to keep pushing higher. Okay, so this is the bigger time frame, analysis. Okay, either go back up and break the bigger flag which we are, or this channel which we are having, go higher, or again another drop like that. Okay, you see there. Okay, a drop like that again, weaknesses on the CAD against the yen. So this is a bigger time frame. Okay, obviously you're not gonna trade on that, right? So what you are doing, okay, what you're doing for next week, setup gonna be over there on lower time frame. Get price to go back at that bottom, tag that, and you're looking for it to reverse. Okay, so when you're gonna trade for sell, when you're gonna sell the yen, okay, so sell it with care because yen goes higher quickly. Okay, pairs against yen goes down really quickly, but when yen goes down, it goes down slowly. Okay, you don't see the aggressive sell. Okay, the aggressive sell which I have just shown you. You don't see aggressive buying. Okay, you don't see aggressive buying against the yen. Okay, aggressive sell was there, quick sell was there, and it just went lower. So you can see similar sell there. Okay, so correction, boom, correction, boom, correction, boom. Okay, so this happens because of the uncertainties. Okay, now let's go to the lower time frame. Where is your opportunity? Let's look at this chart first. Okay, that's what you are expecting for longer term price to do. Okay, stability into the market, chief to get weaker, and currencies to stabilize against the yen. All right, and some relief for the currencies which are crashing against the yen, and stock market to stabilize. All right, and CAD yen to give you a something like that kind of trade. That's that kind of that kind of wave, slow move for upside. Okay, if I'm gonna go to there, this chart. Okay, okay, so similar kind of move, slow corrective up move. Now let's go to the lower time frame. That's the analysis. Hopefully you're gonna keep that analysis into your mind for longer term. Okay, now there. Okay, so price to hold that top, okay, and on lower time frame aggressively go down. Okay, so on 15-minute time frame, break that trend. Okay, go down, correct, and go down. This short-term trade back to that bottom or this low. Watch it how far that goes. Okay, and from previous bottom or new low, the bigger time frame analysis which I have just shown you. Okay, on lower time frame, watch it to go down. Okay, when market gonna open, watch it to similar analysis on lower time frame like the dollar yen. Okay, aggressive sell, correct, and tag that bottom. All right, so trade with care on these currencies which are moving really aggressively or which are volatile. And from bottom, start looking for up. Same analysis on this chart. Let me quickly look at the lower time frame, then gonna look at the bigger time frame. So flat formation, all right, this flat formation, price to go there, tag that top, all right, and short-term continuation. Okay, that trade back to that bottom or new low. Okay, that's the wave you should watch for the next week. On a bigger time frame, analysis is same like the CAD yen. Okay, so analysis is very much same on the CAD yen, analysis is same on the USD yen, analysis is same on the kiwi yen. All right, so bigger time frame reversal, but when you're gonna buy kiwi, USD, or CAD against the yen, trade with care, guys. Okay, specifically during these days. Okay, so same analysis on the kiwi yen. Okay, that's the bigger time frame, stability or correction. Okay, or correction over there and then drop, or stability for longer term for more upside. On lower time frame, I guess the setup gonna be over there on your lower time frame. So flat formation. All right, so flat formation, you can see ABC move to form, price to hold that top and push lower for one more drop back to that bottom or new low. All right, so that's the kiwi yen. CAD, yeah, kiwi CAD. Okay, kiwi CAD is simply a buy opportunity from the bottom. Okay, it is just, you know, bouncing off very aggressively from the bottom. All right, so simply you're looking for longer term reversal from these areas. All right, so chart is there. The okay, this is what we are anticipating. Okay, so price is staying. Okay, this is what we were anticipating. All right, that's the chart. That's what we were anticipating, price to form double bottom. Okay, it is forming double bottom. All right, it formed double bottom, bouncing off very aggressively from the bottom. All right, so setup gonna be over there on lower time frame. Okay, there is volatility, market is moving very aggressively sideways. Okay, so price to tag that bottom on lower time frame, go down up to, you know, back to that bottom. Okay, and then start rising. Okay, so on lower time frame, you don't have a clear, you know, setup for upside. Okay, price is just bounced off before closing. Okay, just look at that, how aggressive it was. It is just, you know, before closing it just bounced off very aggressively with almost more than 200 pips. Okay, it just bounced off. So on lower time frame, okay, just go to the lower time frame, 15-minute time frame, and the price to form correction over there. Okay, 15-minute correction over there, or test that previous bottom. Okay, so again there is a volatility. Some of you guys may be gonna think that why you not gonna sell for this move, why you are only waiting for that buy setup, why you are not you know, only sticking to buy, why you are only sticking to I mean, why not showing this sell? Yeah, it is because of the price action. Okay, the price action is really strong for upside. Yeah, so this trade gonna be risky to trade for the downside, and highly likely you're going to get stop losses on that. Okay, but once you're going to have that correction over there, or price going to test that, so the longer term direction of the price is going to be up, not the down. All right, so you're going to stay trending, or you're going to stay into that direction where price is, where price going to go in longer term, so you're going to trade into that direction. So that's what you should watch for the next week. All right, so price already almost finished the bearish move from the top. Now it should go higher, okay, against the CAD is also under pressure because of the oil. So kiwi CAD, so euro New Zealand dollar and euro Australian dollar, it was worst week for them. Last week was worst week for them, for the New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar. So a longer term bearish, we are bearish again longer term, right? But there is possibility again if crises are going to get worse. All right, so if crises are going to get worse, I mean, if we are going to see recession, New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar gonna get affected. So hopefully we're not gonna have recession, yeah, and these crises gonna go away and there's gonna be stability in the market. Okay, so manipulation happened and price went lower. Manipulation is happening again, and we are expecting it to go down rather than up. Okay, so if I'm gonna go to the lower time frame, so lower time frame, price is still strong for upside. Okay, so short term still bullish. All right, so price is still short term bullish. Okay, so it can do this, okay, before going to drop. So this daily correction to break down. All right, so this daily correction to break down and continue to go lower. So watch a retracement of this impulsive move. Okay, so the bigger the retracement gonna be, the better the entries you're gonna have. Okay, so if price retrace up to 7-8, okay, so you can watch entries there within these areas. Okay, so it can actually, this is our formation. Okay, this is our formation. Okay, this is our formation. So price can go back up, it can break down and can continue to keep pushing lower, or it can go back up for another up move, can retrace up to 786 and then can drop. Okay, so trade with care on these currencies. Okay, so we are still bearish on them for longer term. So euro Australian dollar, so you can use euro pound New Zealand dollar as an indication that the kiwi is going to get strong. So we are having crash on the euro Australian dollar as well last week. Okay, so this is the bigger time frame. So either correct, okay, either correct for another time like that, okay, and then go higher, or give us a stronger sell like that. Okay, again, this is possible. Okay, when I say that it still can continue, means that fundamentals still not improving. Okay, fundamentals are still not improving for drop. Okay, fundamentals are still supporting that Australian dollar is under pressure. All right, so because of this coronavirus and because of shutting down their 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 country. All right, shutting down their airports. So short term still up. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the 15-minute time frame, so short term still up. So this is the flag. Okay, the flag you are having over there. Same analysis like the Euro New Zealand dollar. Okay, so still short term up. So still short term up. Right, these flags are still pushing higher. Okay, so this flag still can push higher back to that top. So you are watching aggressive sell to come on them. Okay, aggressive sell like that, and this flag which is just emerging over there, this to break down very aggressively. Okay, so again during the Fed rate decision, Fed has nothing to do with this chart. Okay, but Fed gonna drive the Australian dollar for upside. Okay, dollar gonna drop against the Australian dollar. Yeah, so if that pair gonna go higher, then you're gonna see stronger sell there too. So timing gonna be the rate decision, Fed rate decision. So if you are selling it, then sell it with care. Okay, it's still strong for upside after having that crash yesterday last week. So same analysis on the Uzi Chief. Uzi Chief is still bearish. Chief is heaven. Okay, Uzi Cat. Yeah, not Uzi Chief. Uzi Chief gonna come later on. So let me finish quickly, guys. All right. So Uzi CAD, watch it to bounce off, yeah, next week and go there. So again, crisis. Okay, if crises are going to get worse, this pair will keep pushing lower. Okay, where it was in 2009. So if your crises are going to get better, okay, then go back from current price. So currently price is still bearish. All right. So similar analysis like other Uzi pairs. So price to bounce off very aggressively from the bottom. Okay, and the Australian dollar to reverse against the CAD. Okay, bounce off, correct, and that trade. Okay, counter trend. It's a counter trend trade. Trade with care. Okay, so this is the chart you should watch really closely for next couple of weeks. All right. So the price is going to tag one. All right. So price is going to tag $1. Okay, so the trade you should watch is this. Okay, so New Zealand dollar is trying to overcome on the Australian dollar. Okay, or you can say that New Zealand economy is trying to overcome on the Australian economy. All right. So this is going to be a best opportunity as well to watch for next couple of weeks. Okay, so price currently still in a bearish. All right, slowly pushing lower. So once market gonna open, so you're expecting it to bounce off really aggressively from the bottom. So we have seen some manipulation on when before closing, okay, and this is the trend, all right, to break up. Okay, another correction gonna drive it slowly lower, okay, like these corrections which we are having. Okay, another gonna drive it's slightly more lower. So every time when you are having low, all right, low or new low, okay, you are looking for buy. Okay, you're looking for buy and this trend to break out. Okay, let me draw this way. Okay, let me draw a couple of trend lines over there. Okay, you're watching this is the chart to watch. Okay, that's your formation. So every time when price goes to new low or up to one, okay, so you're watching it to reverse. So this is the chart you should watch really closely for next couple of weeks. It's forming a very nice opportunity. All right, so good luck on this chart and patience. Okay, when you're gonna go for long on it, patience. Australian dollar to get strong against New Zealand dollar. So EuroCAD. So EuroCAD also drop from the top. All right. So EuroCAD to drop from the top as well. Okay, so EuroCAD to drop from that top as well. So watch previous top on lower time frame. Okay, so 158 previous top and drop from that top. So Euro Chief is very much same analysis like previous week. All right, and nothing new. So correct and one more move down or go up. So watch it to bounce off during the Swiss National Bank. All right, Swiss National Bank policy assessment. This to bounce off. So dollar peso has bounced off really nicely last week and correction. Okay, correct and then continue to go higher. Okay, so there's going to be a correction like that on the dollar peso. Okay, so you can sell it, but sell it with care after having a price action. Okay, so cat chief to bounce off from the bottom. Okay, again, cat to bounce off during the policy assessment. Okay, the Swiss the when you're gonna have a decision on it. Okay, when they're gonna assess their policy. There is a news event during the week, so watch it to bounce off really aggressively. So simply intervention. All right, so intervention. So Uzi Chief is also very much same like you know Uzi Chief is still bearish. All right, so if I'm gonna go to this chart, okay, so go so trade with care. Okay, so counter trend on the chief pairs. Okay, so chief to bounce off. So kiwi chief is also same like that. Okay, so bounce off from the new low and then go higher during the CN. All right, and let's look at the US 30. So same analysis like S&P 500. Okay, so go to the 15-minute time frame. The way I have just shown you in the 15-minute time frame on the S&P 500 or NASDAQ 100 index, similar analysis on the Dow. Okay, go to the lower time frame. The buy setup. Okay, buy setup to happen and 15-minute time frame. All right, so there. Okay, so correction to form and continue to go higher. If not going to form, going to break down that. Okay, test that bottom or new low. Okay, this lower time frame 15-minute correction. So UK 100 index is still short bearish. Okay, still short bearish. So UK 100 index to tag this previous bottom and continue to go higher. All right, so previous bottom, it was strong bearish last week. So tag that previous bottom and lower time frame for analysis for entries. Okay, so German 30 is very much similar like that. Okay, so hold this previous bottom on this weekly time frame. Watch price action on lower time frame. Okay, so hold that and continue to go higher. Okay, the stock 600. Okay, stock 600 also dropped almost 33%. Hold that bottom and just bounce off from that bottom, right? Bounce off from this previous bottom and reverse the trend. Nikkei index, so all these are forming opportunity. Okay, so Nikkei index to also bounce off from that previous low from current price and continue to go higher. Okay, so US Russell 2000 also bounce off from current price or from that trend line and continue. All right, so almost same. Okay, example, use the S&P 500 example. Okay, for all these indexes to behave. Yes, nothing helped because there are crises. You're having financial crisis, shock, right? Not crisis. We're having economic shock. Okay, so this to hold the previous bottom and continue to go higher. So recovery gonna be slow. You're not gonna have quick recovery. The sell we have seen, it will take some time to recover. Okay, it is going to take some time to recover. So same on the CAC 40, hold the bottom, previous bottom, and then go higher. Okay, and gold. Let's look at the gold. Some of you guys were asking to look at the gold. So gold went lower last week. Last week I was asking to watch 1700, right? So still there is possibility that gold still can push higher, right? Gold still can continue to go higher. The reason, yes, so definitely this is gonna be a bad news for the New Zealand dollar, but in longer term, this is gonna be a good news for the New Zealand dollar. Okay, they cut the interest rate. This is gonna be a good news in longer term. They cut the interest rate in emergency. Okay, so short-term effect we can see, for the downside. Oh yeah, so this is not updated, but soon they're gonna update. All right, so it hasn't updated. So gold, okay, so gold we still can bounce off from current price from 1500. Okay, so we still can see that one more up move. So correction to form. Okay, so correction to form and gold to break down and continue to go lower. Okay, if don't see that correction and bouncing off, so just look for buy. Okay, it still can continue to go higher because as I told you guys, if we are going to see, recession, then gold stay gonna strong. Okay, gold even gonna go beyond the 1700 then. Okay, so platinum gonna be a buy opportunity. All right, so platinum gonna be a buy opportunity. So platinum is testing the bottom. All right, so chart was there at this area, so simply watch it to hold the bottom, all right? So 750 or 700. If it goes up to 700, then watch it to go higher. So platinum is at the best place to watch price action, all right? So palladium can again rise, okay? Palladium went lower because of the 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 sale slump, the car sales slump in China, right? No more production, no more orders. So because of that, no more catalytic converter, all right? No more demand for the palladium. So that's the reason it dropped very, very aggressively. Yeah, so it can correct and can push more lower. It dropped almost 50%, all right? Its value. So correct and go up to 1200 and then start or bounce off, okay, and bounce off aggressively from current price and continue to go higher. So watch lower time frame for that. Oil, UK oil, copper is a buy from the bottom, okay, copper is also a buy from 250. So the UK oil is also similar, Brent is also similar like the the WTI, okay, so bottom and then buy. So Bitcoin is interesting, all right? So Bitcoin broke out last week and about to tag 4000, or the best place to look for it to reverse is the 3000 or 2000, okay? So the chart is this to watch, okay? So last week we were watching this chart, okay? So now it is at a good place to watch, okay? It broke out last week and testing those areas, and it has just bounced off from I think after testing 38. All right, so after testing 38, okay, now this is the chart you should watch. Okay, this is the chart you should watch. So price can go up to 2000 or to 2.5. All right, okay, and the other thing is that it can stay there for a while before you're gonna see buying over there on the Bitcoin. Okay, so you can see this is a pattern. All right, this is a pattern. Right, this is a pattern, guys. We have a name for that pattern. Okay, we can see that pattern again there. All right, we can see that pattern again there before we're going to see that one more up move. All right, so this is a classical chart pattern. Okay, we have seen a classical chart pattern formation over there, so we can see that again there at the current price. So in lower time frame, you are expecting it to drop for one more move. All right, so if you go to the bigger time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart, and you look at this chart looks funny, isn't it? Okay, you see that this chart looks funny. Yeah, but price is behaving that way. Okay, it went lower. Okay, so nothing was funny within that chart. There was a pattern. Okay, and now this is the updated chart. You should, I mean, this is, you know, the, I mean, this is another chart, but this is you watching, okay? This is you watching this place, the previous bottom, okay? And this is the next move. Okay, so the lower time frame analysis. Okay, let's look at the lower time frame analysis. Okay, on lower time frame, more drop. Okay, price is becoming flat over there on the Bitcoin. Price was flat last time as well when price was there. Okay, when we had the Bitcoin at the same area, same place, price was, you know, went flat over there. Okay, so flat over there at those lows as well. So it's doing that price action again. So it's becoming flat. All right, so break down and tag the 35 or 3000. Okay, when you if you are a seller on Bitcoin at these prices, so trade with care for the downside. Okay, highly likely you're going to see bounce off. So start looking for buy rather than, you know, short term selling on the Bitcoin. So longer term, look for longer term buy. Okay, so this ABC move and Bitcoin to drop for another time, 35 or 3000, and reverse from those areas. Okay, and the rest of the cryptocurrencies bullish. Okay, but as much low as, look for buy on them as much low as you can. All right, so if I'm gonna go to the weekly time frame, okay, I'm gonna go to the weekly time frames. Okay, so low. All right, so this current price 15 or 10, 15 cent or 10 cent, you're watching those areas for longer term reversal. So even price, people were taking their money away from the cryptocurrencies as well last week. All right, so bullish on the rest of the cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that's it for this week, everyone. Hopefully, yeah, because everything was dropping. It wasn't just the cryptocurrencies. Last week, everything was falling: gold, silver, metals, oil, stock, currencies. Everything was going down because of the fear. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for coming into the weekly market outlook. Hope you have joined. So just share with this with others, okay? And thank you very much. We'll see you back again next week in another weekly market outlook. Until then, bye bye.